TOEFL speaking question number one, the independent question. The most common question that I get asked is, Aaron, for question number one, how do I come up with reasons and examples when the question is about a subject or a topic that I don't have a lot of experience with? Or the topic of the question is something that I just don't care to think a lot about. How do I come up with reasons and examples for a 45-second answer? Here's how you answer question number one. When you read the question, when you're given two choices, option number one, option number two, preference number one, preference number two, agree or disagree. When you are given the question, you think, what is my natural opinion? You ask yourself, what's my natural opinion? What's my natural preference? What's my honest preference? Now, if you're thinking, Aaron, that's nothing new, it is. Most of the pharmacists who pay for speaking meetings with me and get their 26, like you've seen in the videos, they will admit to me that that was not what they were doing, because they were following the speaking advice, the speaking template advice of other people, not me. They have it in their minds that they had to come up with two reasons and two examples. But what I showed them as they got their 26 and above on TOEFL speaking was that when you read the question, you should ask yourself, what's your honest opinion? Which one do you feel yourself leaning towards more? Do you feel yourself leaning this way or that way? Okay, well, you have 15 seconds to prepare. Maybe you have 10 seconds left or 5 seconds left after you decided, which one am I leaning towards? It's a tough decision, but I feel myself leaning this way. Okay, number two, why are you leaning that way? Why are you thinking this way? So for example, would you like to go to a restaurant over here or a restaurant over here? If your friend or family member asks you that, you would never say, I want to go to the restaurant over here for the following two reasons. You see how unnatural that felt? And even if I tried to do that in the most natural way, it's still unnatural. Instead, you should be asking yourself, two restaurants. I feel myself leaning towards this one. Why? Well, even though I know this restaurant is good, I want to try a new restaurant. So number one, what's your honest opinion? When you're given the two choices, what is your honest opinion? It doesn't matter what anybody else's judgment is going to think about your response, about your preference. You must speak from within. Your answer must be genuine. I cannot get 30 on TOEFL speaking like I did, or even 26 on speaking, if I'm coming up with fake examples and fake reasons. You know how awful it sounds when somebody tells me? Studies show that give your honest opinion. A lot of pharmacists, they tell me before they get their 26 and above for FPGEE, they'll say, you know, actually, Aaron, in my heart, my honest opinion is this way. But when I read the question, it looked like it would be easier to answer this way. And I tell them that's because you're still stuck in a speaking template mindset and you're still stuck on not getting 26 on TOEFL speaking consistently. You should always go with what your real opinion is. This is why. Because even though you think that a different question, oh, I think it'll be easier to answer this way. No, the easiest way to answer is whatever your natural opinion is to TOEFL speaking question number one. If I have a natural opinion about something, if you have a natural opinion about something, that means that in our minds, we have all the ideas necessary. Ideas, not reasons and examples. Look at the scoring rubrics, progression of ideas. If I have an opinion, when I read the question and I'm given two choices, if I feel myself leaning towards this option, this preference, this agree or disagree, that means that the ideas as to why I'm leaning that way are already in my mind. 15 seconds is not enough time for me to prepare a full, perfect 45-second answer for TOEFL speaking question number one, which means it's not enough time for anybody in the world. So instead of thinking that 15 seconds is enough time to prepare a full perfect answer for 45 seconds, so instead of thinking that 15 seconds, I have to come up with a perfect answer, a perfect full 45-second answer, no. Start practicing with 0 seconds to prepare. Start practicing with 0 seconds to prepare and give a 45-second answer. If they changed it tomorrow to, oh, now you have to give a 50-second answer, you would do that. If they changed it to, you have to give a 4 to 5 minute answer for question number 1, you would do it. The way that you would do it is by speaking genuinely, by giving real ideas. Look at the scoring rubrics, progression of ideas, not give 2 reasons and 2 examples. And I know that it's not your fault that you've been answering it this way and not passing your TOEFL for FPGEE. Many people have, not me, but many other people have given you the advice that says 2 reasons and 2 examples. But when we look at the speaking section scoring rubrics, it does not say you have to give 2 reasons and 2 examples, does it? FPGEE. I'm speaking to pharmacists who feel stuck at 24 or 25 on TOEFL speaking. If you know that your speaking fluency is higher than your average speaking section score, and if you have been using speaking templates, stop using speaking templates and instead give yourself the freedom to use the full capacity of your speaking fluency. Hear the advice of other pharmacists who are also suggesting that you stop using a speaking template and instead start using your speaking fluency.
Once you are in the level that you need to become advanced in order to get the 26, you need to get rid of the templates.
Template will hinder your ability to deliver the question, because it shows that you are reading something or you are not speaking, you are reading.
I was using completely different template or different way. I started to apply your way, and once I started to practice your way, oh, it's easy for me.
That was really good for me. It really helps me because with this in my mind, I could speak faster, and because I was confident.
It's challenging, but you know, after you pass it, the feeling of victory, it's worth it.
Aaron Speaking gave me some advice to stop using speaking templates, which made me sound like a robot. If you are somebody who feels stuck at 24 or 25 on TOEFL speaking,
the templates were like, oh my God, why did they create those templates?
Aaron, you are a big helpful for students like us. We need somebody to like stir revolution in our heart inside, give life to our conversation. And this will never happen through other sites, like they have exact traditional pattern, the template, first, second, for example. Don't say, for example, the second time, for instance. Really? And like robot, I felt myself without life. I don't have the freedom to speak.
You don't have to worry that much about how can I mention 2 reasons with 2 details or 2 examples. It's too much for me. You help students to increase their fluency.
So instead of feeling like you have to give exactly 2 reasons and exactly 2 examples, instead of following that speaking template or any other speaking template, trust your fluency.
For the students who are taking with you, trust this guy. He's amazing. He will shift or improve your level as soon as possible.
Like this, jump my score from 23 to 26, like this. How many hours I took with you? 5. Look at this. 5 hours in 2 weeks. I passed my test.
I hope you keep inspiring and helping more pharmacists and more other students to achieve their goal and become a professionals here in the United States.
I advise every pharmacist who needs to get 26. For people who's really, they have concern and they need to do it very fast, go to the original, the source of help.